All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fred Holmes. I'm an independent distributor with Zija International. It's my privilege to welcome you to our Thursday evening business and product presentation for Zija International, and welcome to my home office. I always like to kind of point that out because it's an incredible blessing to be able to build a business from home that has now grown to be international. It's truly a stunning level of growth that's taken place over the last few years, not just in my own personal organization, but with so many other people, and it's all based upon the growth of our company, Zija International. Now, this evening, what we're going to do is we're going to share a few minutes about some information about our company, the corporate team, the people that have put together this vehicle for so many of us. We're going to talk about the products, which is certainly the foundation of our opportunity. We're going to talk about the timing that we have with Zija International, why so many people are engaged at this point in time in the growth of the company. I'm going to give you an opportunity to meet a few of the people that have been working with us. And tonight's information, we're going to do this in a relatively short period of time. It's not designed to be, an extensive, information on the company and the products, but rather an overview. And it's geared really for those of you that have been invited as a guest to join us this evening, perhaps a friend, maybe a family member or a colleague, has been telling you a little bit about Zija International, about the products, maybe the results they've had on the products. Maybe they're talking to you a little bit about the opportunity to create a secondary income stream, something that leverages your contacts, not your time. And for many people, it's become a full-time income. For others, it's become a life-changing income. And so we're going to give you a little bit of information. The person that asked you to be part of this broadcast this evening, they're going to be able to give you much more detailed information, based upon the questions that you have. So let me go ahead and share with you, first of all, Zija International, we're a relatively young company. We've been in business a little over 10 years now. The company itself, the founder of Zija International, is a gentleman by the name of Ken Brailsford. Now, you may not recognize Ken's name, but Ken is an icon, both in the direct marketing industry as well as in the health and wellness industry. Ken started in 1972, founded his first company by the name of Nature's Sunshine. And some of you will recognize that company. It's been in business now over 40 years. It's done billions and billions of dollars in sales, continues today. Ken is known as the father of encapsulation. He's the first person to put medicinal herbs into gel caps, making it easier for the average person to be able to consume the benefits of medicinal herbs. Well, Ken went on in the 80s and started a second company. This company was Enrich International. Some of you will recognize that company's name. Again, health and wellness products. Continues today, 30 years later, under the name of Unicity. And what's important to understand is that leadership trumps everything. And I don't care what kind of business or profession or industry you're in. Ken Brailsford has built two of the multi-decade, multi-billion-dollar companies in our profession of network marketing. Nobody's ever done that. He's the only person that's done that. As a matter of fact, because of Ken's experience in the industry, through his associations, people that used to work with Ken, he has spawned many of the industry's, billion-dollar companies like For Life Research, Zango, Tahitian Noni. Many of you recognize those companies' names. Those were founded by people that learned and studied under Ken to create, long-term companies. Ken had long since gone into retirement, and back in 2002, I believe it was, he was invited to look at an hour-long documentary that aired on the Discovery Channel. Now, this documentary was introducing us to a tree, a botanical by the name of Moringa oleifera. And when Ken viewed that particular documentary and learned about the incredible nutritional power of this tree, virtually unheard of in the Western world, in Ken's words, he was spiritually motivated to leave retirement, come out of retirement, and build his third company. And that was the genesis of Zija International. And we started in 2006. We were a small company. We had one product. We had, the very first product was this. It was the Moringa oleifera tree in its pristine, enzymatically alive format, over 90 nutrients, 46 antioxidants, 36 anti-inflammatories, all the omegas, 3, 6, and 9, all of the essential or amino acids, including the 8 or 9 essential amino acids that the body can't produce. We have to source it from our diet. It was complete nutrition and balance. This is the key. Balance in the way that nature intended it, because it came from a single botanical. Incredibly unique in the nutritional supplementation space, because I really don't know of a single company out there that doesn't have, you know, an array of products necessary to have complete nutrition. And when we launched with that product, a very small company, a few years later, we introduced our essential, or rather our weight management system, a healthy weight management system, allow people to bring their bodies into balance, shed unwanted weight, to be able to do so without, you know, requirements of exercise and dieting and that sort of thing, and to be able to maintain the weight loss. And when we did that, we entered our first wave of growth, or the first mini wave, if you will. We went from $10 million a year in sales, and it took us 4 years to get there. And within 2 years, we went to 50 million in sales. And I had an opportunity to be in ahead of that first wave. And it was amazing what happened in terms of, you know, the development of income, the development of people. Since that time, we have been laying the foundation for the second wave, the next major wave of a company of our type. And over the years, what we've done is we've dramatically expanded every element of Zija International. We control every aspect of the delivery of our product. We control our own plantations where we grow our own moringa trees, all natural, organic. We use the organic soil standards from the United Kingdom because they're more stringent than U.S. standards. We do all of our on-site shade drying of our raw materials. We bring them to the United States, and then we produce our products in our own pharmaceutical grade manufacturing facility. Now, this is important to understand. Zija International is doing things different than any other company. We're the only people in the nutritional supplementation market space that manufacture our products to pharmaceutical grade quality. We've dramatically expanded our operations, including warehousing, manufacturing, shipping facilities. We've got our own Class A building in Linden, Utah. Dramatically expanding there. We actually built out the building with 4 stories. We occupy the first floor, and that way, as we can continue to grow, we just go ahead and move the least people out of the next floor, and so on and so on. Ken Brailsford has set up an infrastructure of our company where today, as we speak, we could produce over $1 billion in annual sales of our products. We'd always put on a second shift. Yet we're literally just a small fraction of that. Now, these products from Zija International, a complete spectrum of products. We have our core nutritional products, including our Super Mix, which is our flagship product. Healthy weight management. We've expanded into one of the fastest growing segments of nutrition, which is sports nutrition. We have the first to market, all natural, healthy sports nutrition line. We've got pre-workout, post-workout. We've got endurance fuel product for during the workout. We have a hydration product that is, you know, no artificial colorants, no artificial sweeteners, all healthy, all natural. We have non-soy based protein products, including our latest product, protein drink, which is our plant protein. So, you know, vegan, people with, milk allergies, whatever, they can all take these products. These products are cutting edge, first to market products. We've expanded into essential oils. Now, there's a market space that's been around for quite a long time. There are 2 companies that combined are over $1 billion in annual sales. And yet we are, again, first to market, cutting edge science, leading the field. We're first people to bring clinical grade essential oils to the market space. So these are documented, pure. You can identify the processing of these. Nobody's doing the kinds of things that Zija's doing. We are a science-based health and wellness company. Now, what has happened here over the last several years is we've been developing the infrastructure, the manufacturing capacities, expanding the product lines. Most recently, we did something that we've been looking forward to for a long, long time. We're now expanding into all natural, healthy, green consumer products. We have our own line of, shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, deodorant, hand soap, all again, natural, healthy, using nature to replace the chemicals and ingredients that are harmful that, we all know we shouldn't be having. Now, add to that timing. Zija International, last year we had our 10th year anniversary. That put us above over 95% of the companies in our type of business, because these companies rarely last that long. We're already over 95% of the companies that have been out there, just because we've been in business over 10 years. We're now over $100 million a year in sales, which sounds like a lot of volume in the network marketing profession. When you're talking about legacy companies, we're barely a recognizable dot on the radar. But here's what's happening. Ever since the beginning of this year, we took the final ingredient. We had the company, we had the corporate leadership, we had the infrastructure, we had the diversification of the product line. The final ingredient was to take the distributor base, the leaders in the company that are actually responsible for getting the word out into the field, sharing our products, sharing our income opportunity. We all came together to create and force this second wave. Now, the second wave is when a company goes from $100 million a year in sales to $300 million a year, and then beyond that. And that's if you can find a company that sticks around long enough to be able to get there, and a company that has the experience at the corporate level to create the infrastructure necessary to support that growth. That's where you find the perfect timing, and that's where the fortunes have been made in our industry, and that's where we are today. And so today, as a group, we are moving forward with the second wave, and this is really the seed I kind of want to plant. If you had an opportunity to be with a world-class company with world-class products that you knew for a fact was going to be one of literally just a handful of companies that would achieve $1 billion in annual sales, and you had the opportunity to get in before the masses, would that be something that you could get excited about? And what I want to do is I'm going to go over to Ohio. I've invited, where is she? I've invited Carla Bishop to join us. Carla, I'm bringing you over to this side of the broadcast. Carla Bishop, she's a business owner. She's had, successful franchises in the past. Hey, Carla, how are you? I'm going to unmute you here. She and her partner, Debbie Ballmer, have been focused on health and wellness for a long, long time. They're building a Zija business today. They are platinum executives with the company. But Carla, what I'd like you to do is two things for me, because I know you and your family have had, in a couple of cases, nothing less than miraculous benefits from the product. Share a little bit about your experience with the products and what's happening with the business now that you're developing.
Well, Fred, when my marriage ended at age 30, I needed to do something to support my son and I. So I purchased a franchise for $120,000. 11 years passed, working 60 to 80 hours a week away from my son. And in essence, I plopped down $120,000 for a high-paying job with a ton of responsibility and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. My son became ill in his third year at Penn State University, and a friend introduced me to Zija. I overnighted it to him, and within hours, he called me and said, "Mom, I feel something. I feel better." Well, that was a no-brainer for me. I immediately decided to invest in Zija. It was literally for % of what I had invested in my franchise. I now had the biggest investment you can have in Zija, and a full realm of products for my son and I to enjoy. And I was now able to work a business that I never had to leave my house doing. And my son is healthy, happy, and hitting life out of the park. And I'm aligned with a company that is literally changing the trajectory of people's lives around the world. And I'm so proud of it.
Carla, when I hear your story, and in particular, the investment of over $100,000 to buy a job, right? To buy a job.
Exactly. Yeah.
And for like,
yes.
You broke up for a minute. I think you said something like less than 1% of that you started with your Zija business.
Yes, exactly.
And see, this is something that a lot of people don't understand. In your business, if you were to like stop working for a month, how much money would you make in your previous business?
Oh, zero.
Which is normal, right? And that's the beauty of our kind of business, ladies and gentlemen. Our income becomes residual. Once we make that sale, that customer is our customer forever. Once we develop a team member, all of their production is part of our organization. Carla, I'm so excited for what you and your partner Debbie are doing, and what the message you're spreading about the natural health revolution. You look lovely tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Fred.
And let me go ahead and let Carla go back to the other side of the broadcast. And folks, we've got just the time for a few people, but what you're going to find is so many people have actually joined Zija not as one of our team members, one of our business builders, but they started on the product. It was the product that got them to be part of our business. What I want to do is I want to go over now to Southern California. I've got Amy McKenzie. Those of you that are regular attendees of our broadcasts or involved with the company, you'll recognize Amy McKenzie. She's an Emerald executive now. She's Team Benz qualified. She got a new Team Benz or Team Benz. She's got a new Mercedes Benz. Amy, I'm going to bring you over to this side of the broadcast. But Amy's story is really interesting because, unlike Carla, who had some business, whoops, did I do that right? Yeah, there we go. I clicked too much. Carla, sorry, sweetie, I'm having trouble here clicking. I'm going to go ahead and let you go back. There we go. Oh, hello, Amy. You're looking lovely this evening. I was starting to say Amy McKenzie, she's one of the most well-known people in the Zija community. But just a few years ago, she started her Zija business with no previous background in, network marketing or sales or business. She was a single mom. She's truly become an inspiration to so many people, and in particular because she's a single mom. And Amy, you had tremendous, life-changing results on the product, and if I would venture to say life-changing results because of our income opportunity. Maybe you can take a minute and just share a little bit about what's happened with you.
Well, sure. I got started on the product from one sentence. I was told it was a raw whole food. I've been studying nutrition for 30 years. I knew there was nothing else like that. There still isn't. And I realized for myself, had been in a very bad car accident. Nutrition was key. So I got started on the product. I didn't know anything else about it. It was so kind of early on yet. You can imagine my surprise literally 6 weeks later when I went from not being able to stand up straight in the morning to doing jumping jacks, literally, in that amount of time. And within another month, I started hiking and mountain climbing again, and pretty soon I was riding horses and skiing. These are things I never thought I would get to do again in my life. It was life-changing. I got my life back. Anything that works that well, what am I going to do, not tell anyone? So when it was suggested, I might want to consider doing this as a business because I'm doing it already anyway. All we do is refer something we love. So I came in with this package, which was a big deal. A little background on me. I'm a single mom. My background is theater, and I love my career, but as we all know, there's no money in theater. And one day it occurred to me my brilliant daughter was destined for a community college unless I did something. When I saw anything that works this well creates an opportunity, I did something I never do. I maxed my emergency credit card, my only security base in the world, because I knew I could do this. There was a simple duplicatable system to follow. I followed it. I knew I had a year to pay back that credit card. You guys, in 30 days in a business I'd never done before, I paid back the whole card. I mean, I was weeping. I couldn't believe it. And not only was I able to do it, but it was so simple I could teach other people. So that's what I started doing. And do you know that within a year, I had replaced my income? You know the best part of my story? And I do love driving the Benz. I love being able to travel around whenever I want, work from home. The best part of my story is my daughter didn't go to community college. She went to one of the best private universities in America. She did her part. She got a 4.0. But that opened doors around the world for this child. She is now on her way to London for her second master's program in the top 2 schools of her choice in the world. It changed her life, and it changed mine. And now what I get to do, not only do I feel better, I get to help other people put in what's missing in their life so they can accomplish the life they want, that they knew they could have, all because of Zija. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share. Fred, back to you.
Amy, boy, I'll tell you what, I was raised by a single mom that worked hard all her life. You know, there was not an opportunity like this. And I'm so excited about what has happened with you. And it's quite obvious how important this was, not just for your financial success. And hey, you know, you look really cool in the Benz, all right? I mean, I'm going to tell you, you know, you look cool in the Benz. But to be able to provide the education your daughter needed to be all that she could be, that's powerful. Amy, thanks so much for taking time to share your story with us. I'm going to have you let you go back to the other side of the broadcast as well. Let me see if I can do this here. Let's see. I don't know if I can do this. How come I can't do this? Oh, boy.
That's all right. I'll hang out.
Here we go. I got you. There we go. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, just a couple of people that, you know, they're just, it's the tip of the iceberg. Every single day in Zija International, we're changing people's lives. Myself personally, you know, today in my 60s, I weigh what I did in my early 20s. I've lost close to 40 pounds on the Zija products. I have built a business that's allowed me to do this from home. I care for my elderly mother. She's 91 years old. This has always been a part-time business. 98% of what I do in my business is done just like this from home. And so what I want to do right now is a couple things. First of all, for those of you that are invited guests, okay, if you haven't had a chance to try our products, I encourage you, contact the person that had you become part of this broadcast, or maybe they shared the link, you know, for the replay of the broadcast, the recording. Get together with them. Get on the products. Try them for yourself. All of our customers get an unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee. You can use the products, decide for yourself the benefit and the value of these products. Be careful, though, because what happens is that when people start using our products, they change, they get better, they get healthy, they lose weight, look better, and they automatically start telling people about these products. For some of you, you were invited to learn more about the income opportunity. Again, all I can say to you is if you could join a company that had world-class, second-to-none corporate leadership, world-class infrastructure, products, and now the timing, and you could be in before the masses, you know, if that's something that would interest you, the person that asked you to be part of the broadcast, they've got additional information on the products, on the opportunity. We have a lot of things that we're doing today to be able to force this second wave of growth with Zija International. And we're looking forward to having you be part of the Zija family, whether it's as one of our customers or perhaps one of our business builders. One quick announcement, Saturday morning, this coming Saturday morning at 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, Saturday morning, we're going to be hosting a very special fast start training. It's the information that a brand new person just getting started with Zija will want to have to be able to launch their business, get off to a fast start, get into profitability. And for many of you, this could be that life-changing opportunity to be able to, as Amy and Carla said, live the life you want, live life unlimited. Big shout out to Amy and Carla for joining me this evening. I'm going to go ahead and close down the presentation. We'll be posting this on the YouTube channel here a little bit later this evening. Looking forward to seeing all of you Saturday morning on the Fast Start training. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful evening. Take care.